Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time that you're watching this video. My name is Charlotte Mbugwa and welcome to the Charlotte Mbugwa Show. Today I have a guest and he's just going to introduce himself.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so kindly tell my viewers what your name is and we'll continue from there.
Okay, so my name is Owilah Martin.
Yes.
I'm a sportsman. I play rugby for KCB Rugby. And also, apart from sports, I engage a lot in matters, career talks and leadership coaching. Yeah, so I'm passionate about those three areas: mentorship, health, and leadership.
Okay,
Yes.
so can you just tell us a little bit about when you were born or where you were born, just a little bit of background story of who you are and
sure.
where you came from?
So I was born in the shores of Lake Victoria.
Okay.
That is Kisumu town, and I grew up in Manyata Estate, went to Kosau Primary School. From there I moved to Homa Bay High School, and then did my first tertiary education at Great Lakes University of Kisumu. I was doing a certificate course there.
Okay.
And then from there I moved to Nakuru, did a diploma course, and then finally finalized my degree at Mount Kenya University, Thika campus. Yeah, so I'm a firstborn of four.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where the leadership, I think, part of me came alive.
There.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've also mentioned that you play rugby.
Yes.
So when did you start playing rugby?
Well, I started, my uncle used to play rugby, Uncle Dennis, Timon. So I used to watch him. Sometimes I'll find this paperwork and stuff. But personally, I started having a passion to play rugby in high school when I joined Form 1. But I joined the rugby team in Form 2. At the end of Form 2,
that is when I joined
the school team.
Okay.
Started playing. Most of our rugby players used to come from our house or dome. Some schools they call it dome. Some places, they call it house.
The houses.
Yeah. So our house, Ceres, was used to, have a lot of rugby players. So that also kind of association, mingling with them, motivated me
to start playing
rugby. Played for the school to the provincial level. I think that's the highest we played during my time. Nowadays, Homa Bay High School goes to the national level. It's amazing to see them do that.
But you're never there where they.
I was not there, but I think our team was the first to take it to provincial level. We were the one to make it to the semi-finals.
Wow.
We lost to St. Mary's School Yala during our time, and then from there I joined Kisumu Rugby Football Club. Yes, I played for some season. We won the Eric Shally Shield for that season, and then 5 of us were called to go and play for Nakuru Rugby. So I moved to Nakuru Rugby, and that is how I also moved to do my diploma in Nakuru. Yeah, so it's just about balancing between my rugby as a way. My rugby has really supported me in terms of my education and academics. And then when School of Public Health was moved to main campus Thika, that is how we left Nakuru to Thika. So I still needed to find.
You're still in MKU, but
in Nakuru I was still in MKU, but just doing a diploma course. And then the school was shifted to main campus, the whole School for Public Health, environmental health, community health. Yes.
Okay, you've said that rugby has helped you in your education.
A lot.
Yeah, so will you just clarify that? Like, how has rugby helped you? Because we find that sometimes we see people, engage in sports and all that when they're in school,
sure.
But they tend now to leave
what they were doing as well.
Exactly.
And it's something that, I would also like to encourage our viewers, especially the youths who are watching, that you don't need to give up on your career to follow your passion or your talent or your gift. So and also vice versa, you need to balance, because you see, especially for me, I will attend my classes and then our rugby sessions training comes up in the evening. So it's all about how do I do my classes. Yes. And then again, through rugby I was able to pay my diploma fees. Wow. And then I thank God that it paid my education. I mean, my whole degree was paid by my rugby scholarship.
Wow.
So coming to MKU main campus was all about getting my sports scholarship to come and play rugby here and also to support the rugby team. So that's why I value the sport so much, because it means that your gift and talent can also be a blessing to you in your part of academics.
Exactly.
But remember, even if you get a scholarship in whatever way, it means that you still need to be, diligent in your books, diligent in your academics.
Because at the end of the day,
that is what brought you also to the university. Yeah. Yes.
So, and you're also a coach?
I'm
right now?
Yes, I'm also a sports coach. I coach right now under high schools and under 13. So currently I've worked with the Shaman's Foundation rugby team. Currently I'm volunteering with the northern suburbs.
Oh.
Yes, and also I had a session with St. Christopher's. I also had a session last week with Brevard School.
Wow, then
Yes.
you must be really busy.
Youths, I love working with young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to give what we have. You know, we don't claim to know everything, but at least that which we have, we are able to share passionately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask you about when you came to MKU now, main campus.
Main campus.
Because you are here, I think the time that you were a student, I was not a student.
Okay.
But I heard that
you heard about me.
Yeah, I heard that you are the president of MKU.
Yes.
So I just want you to tell us a little bit about that, on how you became the president of MKU.
Okay.
And what did you do for, MKU fraternity as a whole?
Oh, as a whole.
Yeah.
And the comrades.
Yes.
Which they are never satisfied. Human beings, you can't blame us for that. It's just a thing. People always want to see more of you. So leadership in me, I think, is something that I identify from primary. From being a prefect, I was able to serve in my high school as a captain. Wow. So it's something that has always been with me.
So all along you've been a leader in every stage of
and I
life.
feel everyone is a leader.
Yeah.
Only that now we find ourselves in different positions to be able to exercise our leadership and stewardship.
But we also have characteristics of leaders.
Yeah. So
definitely there must be something.
There
like
should
for you,
be.
you've said that you are firstborn.
Being a firstborn, I mean, the responsibilities will just... and then, just growing up with leaders within my spheres. My mom also being a firstborn, also a single parent by then, and then my grandfather being a leader, my father also being a leader at the same time. So that also would actually motivated me and really speared what was inside me.
Okay.
So coming to MKU, I decided to vie for presidency.
When was that?
That was 2017.
Oh,
we were still...
Form 4.
You were in Form 4?
Yes.
Awesome. So by then we used to do Mlolongo system, I mean 1 man 1 vote, before the delegate system came. So that means you actually had to...
vote with delegates.
with delegates. So that means that you had to actually campaign.
Like really, like these other politicians.
really campaign. So that was the last time we used the 1 man 1 vote.
You're the last person.
Yes, after me, I think President Deuri came in with the delegate system, and then from that, it's been improved. I hear you guys voted online this time around.
Yeah.
So that's how life is. I mean, we keep on growing. Things on coming up. I mean, technology is now on the scene. It's not something you can take out of the equation.
So when you were the president,
yes.
What did you? Because people elected you. People
believe in you. People elect you. But you see, we are in an institution whereby we are governed by laws, rules, and regulations. So as much as you might want to bring certain things, it's not entirely on yourself. Because one is on resources. Remember, as an institution, for us to be able to do, let's say, events, our system is not like the public universities. So you have to write down what that which you want to do. If it is an event, do a budget.
What happens to public universities?
Okay, for public universities, as a president, all you need to do is get your finance minister, your SecGen, or your elective, leaders. Go withdraw whatever you can withdraw and do the event.
Oh, you don't need to...
No, you don't need to, for us, our system has to go through the Students Welfare Division, and then it will go to finance, it will be supported, comes back to you, and then the money will be released.
Okay.
But above all, it's all about the accountability that, you give yourself to the students and also to the institution.
Yeah.
So apart from different activities we used to do, majorly we'd also organize talks, we'll have mentors coming in place by virtue of my experience and also my passion in sports, my network. I would also try and engage, national team players to come talk to my different players.
So even when you were the president, you still supported,
Yes,
games.
I think I had our captain then. There was captain, Kenya 15's captain, Davis Chenge, Kenyan Dollar, Andrew Amonde. They were able to be here because that is my space of it. So if we had a president also who is good in football, they will bring in our athletes who want to let in a Kipchoge. You get it. So it's all about also just your networks, and then different. Just as a president, you are not allowed to do everything. Because we had a sports minister who also was able to engage in sports. I would support him more because I'm a sports person. We had the entertainment minister who also organized issues of entertainment and stuff like that. By then we had accommodation minister. That we used to have such a post.
Right now
it's under the vice president. I think it becomes something that we grow in part time. one thing about Mukosa leadership, it allows you to build your leadership skills
as an individual.
As an individual, because when you get outside there, you find yourself in different leadership positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was privileged to represent MKU in the Student Leadership Awards. During that time, 5 of us were being awarded in the country.
It was 2017.
That was 2018. So the awards come in when you've handed over.
Okay.
Yeah, they bring in different student leaders from around the country. You go for a program under the Africa Youth Leadership Forum, and then they award 5 of them who also have projects. They will come to your school, ask questions. How was he? How was his integrity? Those different kind of questions.
Oh, they first do a survey.
Yeah, they are very thorough with their survey, from students to staff to watchmen to cooks, different areas.
But you, as a president, you are able to interact with all those.
Yeah, so that is what gives you an advantage, because they're able now to talk. Remember, in leadership, even if you did some things wrong, it means you are interacting with people. It's better when people are able to talk about it. You did it, it failed, you come up again.
Yeah,
because failure is not the final thing, so you always need to encourage yourself.
Okay.
So I managed to win that award for MKU. I think we were 5 of us.
Okay.
Baraton took two trophies, MKU won, and then we had a lady, Lillian Muli, we had Kasioka, we had Kiplagat. Yeah, and we are doing well. There are people that we can be able to engage with now.
Wow, that's
yes.
really nice.
Yes.
So you talked about when you are the president of MKU, there's a lot of things that you have done and all that. And I just want you to make a remark about what do you think about student leadership, like just not in MKU, but generally in all universities. As a person who went through the one vote, one man system, it's a system that I pray and I would really support for it to be brought back. Even during our time, we marched, in courts to have it be brought back. So it's a system that I feel used to keep student leaders accountable. Yeah. Because everyone voted, so you had to kitembea. You really had to campaign.
You really had to campaign.
Because right now, if it's just the delegates, I hear they just, they just go and bribe the delegates because they're very.
And even if they don't bribe them, numbers speaks a lot. Yeah. So getting numbers, it means it gives you the urge, it gives you the responsibility, and it also gives you the side. And also, I don't understand, because these are the leaders that are going to come in the next government or so. Yeah. So if our government is using the one-man, one-vote system, universities and student leadership should be allowed to use the same thing that will give them, because it now helps them to build capacity. And
it's preparing you for the next
So imagine someone who has gone through the delegate system, you come outside here, you have to campaign. That means you missed a certain step.
I know.
So we really hope that the government will take it in place. I know the bill is being prepared. Our president 2016-17, Charles Karondo, is pushing for the same. Now that they are able to help with that. And we hope it's something that will be adopted so that we get back to that system.
Right.
Yeah, and above all also is that every institution should have student leadership forums. Let's allow students to be able to practice, to give themselves out, or to show their leadership skills, and also just to show what they have, because we'll be able to get and benefit and have that to be a blessing to us as a nation.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
So you also talked about right now you do mentorship.
Yes, a lot.
So tell us a little bit about that, because that is what you're doing currently.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
I told you I'm passionate about health. As a community health student, I'm passionate about mentorship. That is what I did. I graduated with community health and development. And I'm passionate about leadership. So mentorship, in my context, what I do is I engage in career talks in schools, because I had
in high school. So
high school. So for career talks, majorly they focus on high school.
In high school.
Yeah, because they want to make the decision as
they go to campus, which course they're going to
exactly.
Yeah, and we used to have them in campus.
Yeah, we used to. Yeah. And volunteering, I managed to do an internship with the marketing team in MKU. So we'll go to high schools for mentorship, and I'll do the career talks. And then in high schools, what we do is what we call now mentorship in different capacities. So they can give you different titles. You can come and talk to students about, dangers of drugs and alcohol abuse. You can talk to students about building capacity. You can talk to students about the place of communication. So for universities and the tertiary, it varies. But for high schools, also, I major on 3 areas. So that is career talks on, those who are transitioning to university or their tertiary. And then also I major on those who are getting to do their final examination. So there's a topic that we talk about called becoming an A student. whereby it's not like everyone has to get an A, but as you strive for that, just being the best and getting that which you want to get as a student. And then the other is on maximizing on your potentials. I'm so big, I told you rugby paid my fee. So one thing about gifts and talents is something that I also encourage my youth and generation to uptake. Maximize on your gifts and talents, not just sit on them. If you're gifted in one way or the other, see how you can blend it with your career, see how you can blend it with your passion. And so that is how I came up with the organization Mentor Me program. Currently I have the likes of Mr. Wesley Abor helping me out. I have Maurice, I have the likes of Purity. Before I worked with the likes of Akina Michelle, Ezron, and it keeps on growing. Claire Ongati was here. And most of them have been students in MKU. Yeah, so those networks are key for me.
Yeah, yes. But and again, on the issue of network, I had somebody saying like, when you're a student, especially like me when I used to be a student, I never used to go and interact. And
wow, it's so dangerous.
But yeah.
Especially with your career, I mean, networking is good. Though ilifika place now, people tend to feel like it's a bad thing because they used to say, it's who you know, which is true.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing, it's not a corruption.
Yeah, and that is what you are going to become at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You are, your net worth it depends on
the wise man said your network is your network. Because at the end of the day, especially the generation we are in now, it's not just going to be about your certificate, it's not just going to be about your academics and education. People have that. So it's going to be a bit about your networks are key because they're able to open doors and rooms and opportunities for you. But above all, you also need to build capacity. And also one way of building capacity is by engaging with such kind of networks. Through these networks, you're able to get a mentor. Through these networks, you're able to get a place to volunteer, a place to be attached.
In fact, that person was saying, if you're a student, if you do not have money to go to these events, you can even go and volunteer.
You can. And volunteerism gives you an opportunity to better yourself, to also make a mark in where you're volunteering. And who knows, we have many who volunteered, a position was felt, and they're the ones who are recommended. Because at the end of the day now, they feel like this one who volunteered with us, or this person who was attached with us, or this person who, was here to do his internship, now knows the things that we do as a company.
And definitely to give you a better position, or a better place, will not be the same as, your friends who have not moved around and, socialized and all that.
Yeah, sure.
So, another thing I want to talk about, or rather I want to ask you, it's about the leadership that now we have here in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want you to talk to us about political leaders that we have here in Kenya, and generally Kenya, where we are as a nation in terms of leadership and all that. Do you think these people are doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, one, we must understand that one danger of leadership is that we also have many who got into leadership positions that they were not ready or prepared for. And so it's one thing that we encourage. The moment you know that you are called into leadership, the best thing that we can do is to be able to build ourselves, so that when that opportunity comes, it becomes seamless. You get it? So for example, when I knew this leadership was in me, I decided to go through Emerging Leaders Foundation for training. I did Labil Leaders Africa training. I did Africa Youth Leadership Forum. So that when you find yourself... So
you just need also to, train and
you need to
learn
you
about
need to train so that you are taught on governance, you are taught on the facets of leadership. Because that is where politics and leadership... politics is what for resources, allocation and stuff, politics is part of it. But leadership in you can be a leader and not a politician and vice versa. But we are all into this politics thing.
At the end of the day.
We are all into this politics thing. So as a country, I can say we've grown and our maturity is a bit more favorable. If you look at East Africa, I usually say, we are the only country that is having sober elections. Really? That means, yes, even if there are issues, one or two, it means that we are having elections per se. I don't know the last time Uganda had elections.
I hear they're supposed to have
exactly
next year.
And so you cannot also blame them because the current president there, the kind of way, and that is where experience also comes in. The journey you've gone to get into your leadership are different from people's. It matters, and it shapes how you lead a country. But I can say they've come to that place whereby the countries are peaceful. Rwanda is doing well. If we leave the leadership aside, in terms of growth, these are countries that are doing well, they are stable. So apart from just the personalities, which I feel also, because as a leader, you are there for a time in a season.
Exactly.
You have to accept and be your best in that season. as a nation, I think we've done well. I mean, we've had all our presidents. We've hand over. I've never seen a president who didn't come to hand over. And that tells you something.
Yeah.
It tells you something, because if as a president you are coming to hand over that power, that means that you've made a responsible and sober decision to be able to hand over that which you are doing.
And you are at peace with
And
this.
and that transition is very key. It's very key for a nation. It's very important.
But then, like here in Kenya, we find that we have, like right now, we have some issues, with Raila. In fact, he's saying that tuende maandamano on Monday. So what can you say about that? Because he has always been a problem all along.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say he's been a problem all along. Maybe it's type
he has
of
been
leadership.
fighting all these people
who have been there.
Yes.
I don't know, because I think I was born when these things were in place. Constitutionally, these things are allowed. I mean, even in university, we used to do some picketing at one point and stuff. The only thing that we need to really be responsible on is that we don't get into a place whereby we are taking the economy down. That means no destruction of property. That means no loss of life and stuff like that. So whatever decision a leader makes, and that is the importance of leadership. That is why I mentioned the training part of it. What training, what grooming have you gone into to understand what leadership is about? Because leadership is a place whereby you're influencing people, and that means what you say can be so powerful because people follow you. And you see, we've had leaders like the likes of Hitler, Idi Amin Dada, Nelson Mandela. Every leader has their different style of leadership, but one thing that stands is words are powerful. It's something that even the Bible now recommends to us. Words are so powerful that if you have people that follow you, what you say per time now becomes very key on how they will react or how will they react. We've had tear gas Mondays before. What is so different about this that is coming is because of the nature of how it has been given unto us. Because you see, marching into state house is no simple thing. It's no simple thing.
And do you think it's a good idea?
It's not really a good idea, and that is whereby the current government then should come in and see how then they talk to the other leaders. Because you see, all these people have their own followers. We are not sure if they are officially, if it is officially, I'm not sure if it was made officially that there is an opposition. But you see, the current government is usually in place. And a president, you serve. When I was voted in, I used to tell our comrades that you are a president to everyone that voted you and those who didn't vote you. Because it is their right not to vote you.
Exactly.
And it is the other people's right to vote you. It's not, how would you feel if you had 100 people voting and none of them voted for you? So who are you going to be serving? Who keeps you accountable? Who keeps you in check? Who gives you, human beings, we are not 100%, even ourselves. So nobody is perfect. And that means that as a president, you have to come into that position. And I think the current president, His Excellency, Mr. William Ruto, is trying to do his best. I mean, these guys are not even 1 year old in the office. So the demands that come, and it reminds me of my university days. When you are elected in power, there's so much that you want to do, but there's so much that you can only do at a time. It's line upon line. It's level upon level, precept upon precept.
Yeah.
It's always gradual.
It's
always gradual. Yes, yes.
But then he just has to deliver at the end of the day.
He has to deliver because you have no otherwise. People elected you. You presented yourself to them. Whether you are ready for that position or not is not our issue. You made it, and even if you call for prayers, we will come for prayers less. But anyone who wants a mango fruit has to plant a mango tree. So the principles of prayers, yes, we will honor those principles, and we don't stop praying actually, because we are encouraged to pray always. But when it comes to that which needs to be done, there is action that needs to be done. There is action that needs to be done.
But on that issue of like the president saying that he needs to deliver and all that,
yes.
Like he had promised people that in the first 100 days he was going to reduce in fact the prices of hunger. But the main reason why people are going on strike is because of that. Things have not reduced.
Yeah, I mean,
so what can we say about that? When you're saying that he has no steady them there for an year or so, but we are here asking for things. Yes. I think he has stayed there enough, like the time that
no, the president he has not stayed enough. The contract we signed, both of us who voted and those who don't voted, is 5 years. So until 5 years.
So we should wait until 5 years.
Yes, I mean,
to reduce the prices
if you are given a job now, I mean, you have to be rated in. and you have to be rated out. So the thing is this, we can only hope for a gradual change of story. We can only hope for a gradual change of our economy. We can only hope that we keep on improving. The rains are here now, we are happy. But the government has to do its part. But remember, as I told you, the president has no authority to do everything. How about your MCA? How about your MP? How about your governor? In your own county, I mean, what are the leaders on the ground doing? Because you see, it's not everything that is going to be happening from the national
government. No wonder we have now devolution.
Exactly, that is how you have revolution. But as a president of the nation, of course, you stand in to be the anchor of the leadership of every other person. Because you are able to oversee and keep these people in check and remind them you are here to work for the people.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way. And when the county is successful, then the country will be successful. When the community, MCA akiwa successful, the MP is successful in his area, the governor is doing his part and responsibility, it will reflect on the country.
Exactly.
And so that is what we need to encourage.
Some counties that are doing well.
Exactly. So imagine how about the same pressure we put on the government in terms of the presidency, we can also put the same on our MCAs, on our MPs, on our governors. We will have a very,
I think that will help.
That will really help.
Yeah. Because MCA is able to reach like you as an individual, but the president cannot reach
you as an individual.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So I just want you to tell us your final remarks as we are winding up the show.
Yeah. So my final remarks will just be that I'm reminded of the quote that responsibility is the price for greatness. So my encouragement will be as individuals, even as we look onto the government, as we look onto our leaders, in every place that we are in, whether it is your place of work, every place that you are representing yourself, let us try and be responsible, because responsibility is what will take us to that greatness that we deserve. So as an individual, as a company, as a county, as a community base, let us try and be responsible in that which we do. And let us love the people, let us love our assignments, and let us also love our land. I think that would be it for today. Thank you and God bless you.